What's good, y'all? This is your girl, JRose. Thanks for pulling up to the JRose Experience Season 2 ATL edition. We've got an epic episode for you today. Two powerhouses in the ATL performance scene. I sat down with the legendary Queen Sheba and the heavy hitter spoken word poet Milk. We answered the age-old question of poetry versus hip-hop. We also had some guessing fun during our Off the Top segment where we randomly chose a game to play. So get ready because we've got a great show for you today. Stay tuned, guys. Keep growing. Welcome to the JRose Experience. I'm your host, JRose. Today's episode was sponsored by our good friends over at Stud Fit Nation. Shout out to their fly shirt. I know I'm looking fly. Thank you. But I'm really excited about today's episode. I have an amazing guest. I have two amazing guests. Our first guest is a poet. He's a community activist. He's an author. And he's just an all-around powerhouse when it comes to the poetry scene out here in Atlanta. So please give a warm welcome to Milk.
How you doing?
Hi. I'm so happy to meet you. I've heard so much about you without even meeting you. It's crazy. A lot of poets were all pointing towards you when I was looking to book people. They were all like, have you heard of Milk? You gotta reach out to Milk. So tell me, how long have you been in the poetry scene out here in the ATL?
I've been out here since 2011. But when I first came out here, I didn't know poetry was like that here, right? When I would meet people, I didn't know certain people was been here for 20 years or 15 years or 10 years. So I started out maybe like 2011, but I realized that I wasn't doing something right when I was on stage. So I got out the scene and studied myself and then came back on the scene maybe 2013, something like that. But I stopped for a minute.
Well, yeah. What did you feel that you were doing? What were you doing wrong?
What I was doing wrong from my perspective, I was saying a poem, what I wasn't living a poem, I was on stage. So I would just say it and it would sound good. Lyrically, it would sound good, but I wasn't performing. And I want to be a spoken word artist on stage and not just a poet.
Yes.
And one time I was at Sheba Milk and this guy was ready to get on stage before me. Well, he got on stage before me. He did a poem, and I said to myself, God, don't call me after this. I don't know who this guy is. Don't call me after this. And I said to myself, I never want to have that feeling again of being called behind another poet.
And feeling like you're not.
Yeah, because really, you could tell who put the work in. I don't care how many people clap for you, whether you're good or not good. Your common sense shows you who put the work in when they get up there. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I said to myself that I wasn't working enough because I need to be at that level or be in a level where as though whoever go before me or I got to go after, I'm okay. Yeah. And I just stayed up the state and just studied and did a lot of work at the house. And then when I got back on the scene, it was better than what I was initially.
And you kicked that door down, didn't you?
Yeah.
Now, I know that something that's really important to you is nurturing new poets to the scene. Mm-hmm. Because there is a difference between poets and spoken word artists.
Most definitely.
So what's your take on new poets? Like, what are the things that you do to, like, nurture them?
One of the things I do for new poets is just let them know that just be them. Like, be you. And don't try to impress other poets. I'm not here to impress people who came before me or people who came after me. Only when I'm on stage, on stage for two things. Well, three things. One, to impress myself first. Mm-hmm. Second, if y'all like it, I'm here to impress y'all too. And after that, I'm here to impress God. If I do those three things, I've done my job. But more importantly, I'm here to impress myself first. Yeah. I don't care what nobody else thinks. Yeah. If I'm impressing me, that's all that matters to me. And then the audience.
Yeah. What are some of the mistakes or like the don'ts that you see a lot of new poets do when they first come on the scene?
One of the things you shouldn't do is just like don't speak about another person because you don't know who, you don't know who connected to who. You can get yourself blackballed in this. You can get blackballed. You can make it where as though you can't get features. Like me myself, I don't play that way, but other people play that way.
Yeah.
So you got to watch what you say. You got to watch what you do. You got to watch. For me, from my perspective, I feel like when you get in the game, you need to have a game plan.
Mm-hmm.
So if are you here just to do poetry, or are you here to help the industry, create an industry within poetry to help it lift up?
Yeah.
So you got to make sure that you know what you're in it for. You know what I mean? Because some people are here to get to a certain level by the standards of society, and some people are here to just help people just feel free.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good to go on tour and do all these different things, but more importantly for me, when I've had people come up to me after I do a feature, shake my hand and look me in my eyes and say, thank you.
Yeah.
That's better than any feature I had in out of town. It's better than any feature I've had in town, and it's better than any amount of money people have given me so far to do this. So, you just got to make sure that you know what you're winning for and not let the claps trick you. Because once you start doing shows and you're getting features and different things like that, you can get tricked into being stuck by your set. Like one of the things I'm doing right now, I'm in I've been saying poems that I was saying for the last 7-8 years. I've added new ones in my rotation, but for the most part, the stuff that I've been sharing, I have surpassed that 2 or 3 times, but I've still been saying that because I keep getting features and I don't have time to do. I don't have time to put into where I'm at
the
now.
New stuff.
So I would tell but one of the things I would tell the new artists is sometimes you got to take some time for yourself and just make sure you stand on the journey that you want to do. Because you can get tricked by trying to not impress, but keep the audience happy. Keep yourself feeling good based on a set you have become accustomed to. But if you got a certain set that's just a killer set, you could just lay on that for years. But that's one of the things I would tell. And also I would tell the other thing is, like, when I mentor people, I tell them, don't tell nobody I'm your mentor. So I got people out there I'm their mentor. I say, don't tell nobody. Because the thing is, it's like, I don't want props off of your props. I want you to eat on your own. So I don't want you to be like my little man or my little sis under the poetry game. I'm going to give you the advice, and you do what you do, and you blow up on your own. And if whatever you need advice, you call me, text me, email me, whatever. But I'm not here to take credit off of your credit because you was already dope before me. I'm just helping you hop over holes that's in this industry.
You're like polishing, helping them polish themselves.
Most definitely.
How are you putting poetry on the map? Because I know that we were talking about this earlier. Poetry doesn't get a lot of attention.
Right. I wouldn't say I'm putting poetry on the map because there's a lot of people who came before me to put poetry on the map before me. What I would do is just say I'm adding bricks to the layers that was already here.
Okay,
that's the
poet.
I mean, it's the truth. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't take credit from the people who was here before you. Even the people who been before me, it's people who was here before them. You know what I mean? And we got to make sure that, somebody might look at me like I'm this, right? But you got to realize it's people way before me that looked at them like it was something special. So you got to make sure that you give props to the people before you, because when I'm older and nobody don't know who Milk is no more, the people that I'm teaching, if I'm doing it the right way, they will keep my name alive. Just like I'm gonna keep people before me name alive.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, pay homage.
Most definitely. Because it's not all about you.
No,
and that's
not.
The one thing about I try to tell young poets is like, it's not like you can't get caught up in you the shit. That shit is an illusion. That shit fake. You gotta get it. You gotta get caught up in we family. I rock with you. Let's eat, or let's not worry about the money. Let's just get to the next level. You know what I mean? A lot of times, I tell people like, yo, y'all be worrying about money so much, y'all can't get to the money. Stop worrying about the fucking money. We gonna get to the money. And if you dealing with somebody you don't trust, like, let's say like this. Let's say I don't trust you, right? But you tell me you're gonna give me $1,000. I'm still not gonna work with you because I don't trust you.
I don't trust you.
I'd rather do it for free for somebody I trust than get $1,000 for somebody I don't rock with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, we definitely do a lot of those mistakes. A lot of artists get caught up in the claps, like you said, and the snaps. And sometimes the poetry scene is so full of love and support, but it's not always. The claps and the snaps isn't always you fire. Sometimes it's wow, great job for going up there and being vulnerable. But you still have work to do. You still have to master your craft and polish yourself.
Right.
You have a talk show.
Yes.
It's called Yeah, That's Milk.
Yeah, That's Milk. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Tell me about the talk show.
I just basically interview dope poets and just, some from I've had people like Hood Rage from Chicago. I got somebody coming from Philly that I'm interviewing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I've interviewed Georgia Me, Teresa Songbird. I'm gonna ask Queen Sheba before I leave. Can I interview her? You know what I mean? Like the thing is, it's like I just want to interview people, and the main thing that I want to do is just let people know we're human, right? Because a lot of times when you're on stage, right, people get they see an image of you and they think that's the complete you, but really that's like a 10% of who I am, right?
Like a slither.
Right, and I feel like poets are the most. I feel like poets can explain your thought process and your feelings better than anybody. Yes. So I feel like we run the world with emotions and the way we think. And I feel like if we get more people who do interviews and explain your thought process and explain your feelings in a way where as though it gets spread across the world, I feel like the world will be better. Because I feel like there's a lot of robots out there, people who carbon copies of other people. And in poetry, it's a lot of originals. Now, it is carbon copies in it also. But it's more. It's the most I've been around original people in my whole entire life being around poets. Yeah, you know what I mean. And that's what I think.
Yeah, well, because poets are super multifaceted. I find that like people that do poetry don't just do poetry. Mm-hmm. They rap, they paint, they do video production. They do like a million things.
And not just that, they survived a lot of different things. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people I've talked to about just life in general that I interview. They survive stuff that the average person can't survive. Like I tell people anyway, I said like right now I got my shirt on, right, of me, like, and I tell anybody I'm the shit. I'm not the shit because of what I wear, what I drive, the house I have, or nothing like that, or the way I look. I'm the shit because I survived a lot of different things that would broke most people. You understand what I'm saying?
For sure.
And that's, to me, that's the only thing that make you the shit. What you survive, your thought process, and how you move, and what you overcome. Yeah. If you think you're the shit for how you dress, what you drive, and insignificant stuff like that,
materials.
You in fantasy land.
Yeah. Wake up.
You in fantasy land.
Yeah, because that stuff can disappear immediately.
No stuff. Yeah. And it will.
Yeah.
It will.
I have a weird question for you.
Ask me anything you want to ask.
I'm a big shoe fanatic. I love shoes. So I got to know. I'm asking all the poets, what's your favorite pair of shoes to wear when you're performing?
My favorite pair, honestly, either these Adidas I have or these New Balances. I just like real comfortable shoes.
Comfortable shoes, right?
I like real comfortable shoes. If I could, because I know people quote up this image so much, if I could, I probably would wear a wrinkled white t-shirt on stage. I would, because I like being comfortable. The older you get, I feel like you focus on being comfortable more than anything.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Of course.
So I'd probably wear a wrinkled white t-shirt and some jogging shorts on stage. That's what I would do. Like even right now with the internet, if I could, I would just wear a wrinkled white tee. Fuck this jewelry.
Fuck this shit.
And just come up here with something like real
Word.
comfortable. Yeah.
I feel you. I definitely tried doing the whole heels thing, but it shit didn't work. Yeah. I almost bust my ass.
Almost broke your ankle, huh?
Yeah, nah. Yeah. Especially like, I get into it and I'm like, no, I'm good.
You the meme now. You be the meme now.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that is one of my biggest fears is becoming a meme. Like, I don't ever want that to happen to me. Please don't ever meme me. Anyway.
And then they're gonna take the video and cut it and make it a meme out of it.
I know. I know you got some poetry for us.
Yeah.
You wanna share that? Can you share? Yes.
Of course.
Yes. You was thinking about it.
No, my mind started going through you know what? When somebody actually do a poem, I go through the roller.
You're like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
All right. Can you share with us?
Yeah. Let me share.
Bad. We'll be right back with a performance with Milk.
Sometimes I feel like the devil love me and God just don't fuck with me, see? What do you do when you call on God, but it seems like it's easier to reach the devil? I'm speaking from a poverty-stricken level. See, I was hustling with devils and fucking with demons. I would watch and drink my semen once I get to believe in. I was fucking with hell and hell is hot. The devil me said keep going, but the God in me said stop. I was hugging the block, it was my bitch. My only thoughts is setting getting rich. Not knowing that she was a gold-digging bitch that ran through clicks and scripts. The more I got, the more she take. The block was a pussy and I yawned for a taste. I was grinding so hard I didn't cut up my fingers, couldn't stay awake. Hypnotized by the sound of razor blade meat as I scraped the plate for leftover shake. Telling myself stay awake, no rooms for mistakes. Pour, twist, stuff, bag, and burn. As I get my second win, think about the money I earn. Don't extend your hand, nigga, we ain't friends. Young niggas screaming on grown men and women. What you want? 5s or 10s. Bitch start to grin with coal in her eyes. Swollen hands, trapping out her arms and thighs. White mucus in the corners of her mouth, scratching sores in her face. The bitch start humming Amazing Grace. I have in my hand. She praying over like a plate. Back and forth. Tastes like, how I know it's good. Let me have a taste. I put it in a place. How the fuck up, bitch? We don't have time to waste. In this trap house of serving this chick, she's rocking back and forth on this cum-infested couch. Watching this wench with this horrific stench. Some things in life you just don't forget. She grabbed a needle and dope, let out a couple tears. Shuffled through the trash, wonder how she got here. Used condoms, broken glass everywhere. Bitch cough up, yellow and brown cold like she has the flu. For the first time I look at her eyes. Mom, is that you? Milk.
Whether it's tax season, the holidays, or whatever falls in between, you want to make sure that you're being smart with your money. So go visit my girl, Queen Candace, at the Queen Blueprint to learn how to gain your financial freedom. You could get a personalized debt payoff plan, a full financial overview, and learn to repair your relationship with money. Smarter money moves are waiting for you at www.thequeenblueprint.com or call 877-387-BLUE. Use code JRose20 for 20% off of all our financial services. Welcome back to the JRose Experience. I'm your host, JRose. Of course, you know that because you've been watching. All right, I'm here with my next guest. I'm super excited. I'm trying to contain like this groupie excitement inside of me. You guys have no idea. But she is a poet. She is an author. She's a host, curator. I mean, she's just another powerhouse that's out here in Atlanta. I actually met her in New York years ago, and I can't wait to tell you that story. But without further ado, please welcome Queen Sheba.
Hey! Turn up. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm gonna tell this story really quickly.
Okay.
So the very first time I ever stepped foot on a stage in my spoken word journey was at the New Yorker about 6 years ago.
Oh God, yeah.
And
I think that's the beginning of everybody's story.
Listen,
Yeah.
I saw you there.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God, she's amazing. And I will never be that good. Like, it was just like, it was like overwhelming, but it was like, you were so powerful. And I bought your book and I started following you on Instagram. And, you know, to me, I was just like, you were the first female spoken word poet that I saw live on stage.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, I was just like,
there's
wow.
so many, especially in New York.
Yeah, but I wasn't in the scene like that, you know?
Yeah.
And then I saw you and I was like, yo, she's amazing. And here I am 6 years later interviewing you on my show. And it's like, I can't believe it. All right. And you mailed me your book and it was autographed and I loved it. It was so nice.
I kind of remember that. That's now that you said that I mailed it to you. Because the last time I was in New York at the New Yorker was about 6 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I went by myself.
Okay.
You know, it was one of those days.
Because grown people do grown things.
Yes. and you know, I was, you know, I needed to do it. Sometimes you got to try things alone.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about my story. I want to know so much about like your journey as a poet. Where did it begin?
Oh shit.
How did you end up? How did you end up being such a prominent figure in the poetry scene?
I have no fucking idea. I don't know. I just am a risk taker, and I enjoy being vulnerable on stage and telling my story.
What?
And I hope, you know, that people hear parts of my story and realize, you know, they don't have to go through it. Jay-Z said that too, you know. But it's the truth. Like, you want to tell the story, you want to share, and I want to pass it down to younger poets, not necessarily in age, but, you know, newer poets, and then just be like, look, you don't have to go through the same sleeping on the train between New York and Norfolk, Virginia, you know, like we did. Now there's Airbnb, now there's Uber, you know what I mean? You don't have to sleep on the Greyhounds. You don't have to, you know, hop around couch to couch. There's different progressions, and from where I started in the early 2000s, now damn near 20 years later. So this July made 19 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's fucking crazy. Like, when you think about it, when you think back, you're like, the fact that I've done something that long. I've even been kicked out of poetry. I got fired from Slam. Like, there's so many crazy, ridiculous things. My story's been long, amazing, and what I like most about it is what's to come.
Yeah. How have you been able to solidify, like, like being relevant still, you know, because a lot of times, you know, people are in a field for a long time, and then, you know, the new people come and people forget about the OGs or the people that like were the trendsetters. So how have you been able to maintain that, like,
well, think
relevance?
about hip hop and think about hip hop and how anybody that comes out, who's Jay-Z with?
Yeah.
Exactly. And anybody that comes out, who is Drake with? Drake now has 15, 18 years. I mean, you think about it. Kanye, same thing. Well, he's being ridiculous. But
yeah, let's not.
Whole other story.
That's another episode.
Right. So it's partially that, and two, I have comedy training as well, and in that comedy training, the comedians are like, you always have to stay up on current events, and you always have to know what's going on in your community, be the voice of the people, and that kind of crosses over to the poetry world too. But the biggest thing is to know that you're the consummate student, that you're not always the teacher. You're the consummate student. You're always learning, you're always growing, you're always, you know, picking up things from here. Right now, Megan Thee Stallion is my spirit animal. Hello,
yes,
somebody.
Girl. And she just dropped a song.
She did, but it was interesting to me that Cardi was third. So Nicki Minaj was first, which I thought was very appropriate, and then Beyonce probably called her and was like, "Hey, girl, you know, we both from Houston. We should make a song together." And then Cardi B was, I think, appropriately third. You know, I think that if she had done a song with Cardi B first, not that she would have faded out, but it wouldn't have been the right power move.
Yeah. Well, I think even though she's a little bit more in the scene for a little longer, it probably wouldn't have been a great look for her.
It wouldn't have been. I mean, Nicki Minaj has been she's had a Mac sponsorship. She's been a judge on, what is that, American Idol. Yeah, one of those. She has more stable career moves than Cardi B does at the moment. Yeah. You know, at the moment. When Cardi B, I mean, she's only like 3 summers in?
Yeah, she's young. She's still early.
Yeah, she's still super early. So she's still almost, you know, Megan Thee Stallion is. She's like 2 summers in now. You know
is this how you look at artists when you first see them? Like, you know.
No, I just have a good eye for, I'm not a great singer, although I try. But I'm a bathroom concert singer.
There we go. Me too.
But I just look at artists and I just can see talent. You know, I've always had an eye and ear for talent, if it's singing, comedy, hip hop, whatever. Because if it's good art, it's good art, and it resonates with everyone. And for the most part, most people can agree on, you know, what is good art and what is bullshit. So I just see artists and I'm like, oh, hey, you know, you're cool. You know, we should do things. But I also, because I've developed relationships, it's easy to create a relationship. It's hard to maintain relationships. Yeah. Even with technology, you still have to make the effort to reach out. So
absolutely,
I still reach out to my friends, and I'm always thinking of dope shit. You know, that's one of my hashtags. I'm always going to think of dope shit. So I'm always coming up with things to do, even if it's for the moment. Yeah. Because I feel like if you have an idea, you need to grasp it, do it, put it out there, and move on.
Yeah. Even if it doesn't go as planned, you just got to do it.
You just got to do it.
You
don't die with regrets, for sure.
Yes. I'm a big believer of that. You are working on a book now, right?
Yes.
I can't wait for that. But
I've been asking Facebook about it to kind of tease the opening. So I'm on track to release about the 3rd weekend of October. I'm just waiting on a couple blurbs to come back. One of my professors from grad school is doing the editing for me. Michael Harriet, who just got a book deal with The Root, he is doing my forward for me.
Oh, that's so dope.
My dean.
What number book is this for you?
This is my 2nd book of poetry, but I was going to say I work at, I'm a professor at Clark Atlanta University, and I teach poetry, fiction, and short stories and English comp. And so I've helped students publish their books. And so I have a couple books on Amazon too that are one anthology, and then I've helped, I guess, I don't know, maybe like 50 students publish their own books.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, it's really kind of cool.
How's that feel when you like see
Very
them,
proud.
Like...
Because at first, you know, the beginning of the semester, they're like, oh God, they gotta do what? And, you know, they feel overwhelmed by the idea of publishing a book.
Yeah, because you don't know where to start when you never even thought about doing it.
Yeah, and really where to start is writing the content, writing the poems, doing the interviews. And so, of course, the assignments build up to that. And when they realize that that's the meat of it, and and they got to just make a cover. I'm saying just, I mean, there's other steps.
Yeah, of course.
But we go through marketing. We talk about that and what they can do with their books.
Wow.
And a lot of the students are already on social media.
Yeah.
You know, they already have their own followings. And
Yeah,
so I'm just
yeah.
like, yo, put the book out on their YouTube page. And they're like, oh my God, I sold 50 books to my friends and family.
Girl,
I'm like,
we're gonna have to talk. We're
Yeah.
gonna talk because I can't wait to be. I'm not published yet, but it's about that time.
yeah, do
I
it.
need to stop playing
Yeah, do it.
games.
And I also feel like do what you want when you feel like it.
Yeah.
And don't when you
Yeah, timing is so important.
don't. Yeah.
I'm a big believer.
Your timing is
Yeah.
important, not the world's timing.
Ooh, go ahead, poet.
Mhm.
Dropping gems. I'm gonna ask you a weird question, but because you're a woman and I see you got some fly ass
Hello?
heels.
Hello?
What is your favorite pair of shoes to wear when you're performing?
Okay, so I don't know how this interview is going to air out, like if your previous interview is actually going to go on before me. But I heard you ask previous artists this, so I was thinking, what are my worst pair of shoes and my favorite pair of shoes?
Okay, what's the word?
So the worst are the Louboutins. They're
Oh my
tight on my
gosh.
feet.
Ow.
They fucking hurt. And my ankles are like this the whole time. I feel like I'm in like ballet toe slippers. And I'm like, but I had to have 5 pair, you know. And so I had started a few
Those
years
are
ago.
not stage shoes.
I mean, I had got to a point where I would wear another more comfortable pair of heels and take the Louboutins and put them on stage and be like, this is what I was gonna wear, but they're just over here, okay? But so a few years ago, I started buying a pair every year for my birthday or like
Yeah.
a special occasion. And living here in Atlanta, there are a lot of celebrities who get rid of their stuff in different boutiques. So luckily, I didn't have to go to the Louboutin store to pay $800 to $1,000.
Okay, girl. So you shop smart.
Hello. Hello, with the certification, all of that with the shoes. But these shoes right here, and they're beat down. Like,
Oh my
don't get
gosh.
a close up on my shit, yo. But they're beat down, and I love these shoes.
Yo, those are mad cute.
These are like Sam Elderman, whatever his name
Oh
is.
yes.
Yes, I love
Sam
him.
Edelman.
Yes, I
What?
love him. Love his designs.
Yes.
He's not paying me to say this. Send me some fucking shoes.
Word, Sam. Hook
Yeah.
your sister up.
Hook me up. So I love his shoes. They're comfortable, and they can be anywhere from like $100 to like $500.
Yeah.
It really depends. And these are
Those are so dope.
yeah, they're partially snakeskin. I've had these for like at least 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Like the little ankle is being
You can't
fucked
go
up on the
wrong
side.
with a little strappy.
You
black
can,
heel. You
yeah,
can wear that
it's
with
like
anything.
little ankle strap and like boom, you're in there. So
I hear that.
these particular ones are my most favorite, comfortable, sexy combination.
Yes.
Black goes with everything. And
You always bring some sex appeal though. Like I remember when I saw you
Yeah,
perform,
thank you.
you were just like you had on heels. You was just like you had on this cute dress.
I feel like you should always be yourself. Even today when I was thinking about what I wanted to wear, it's hot as fuck outside.
Oh my god.
Depending on when this airs.
It
but
really is
It's hot as fuck.
It's like
with the humidity.
disrespectfully hot.
The
outside.
humidity is like 9,000, first of all.
gosh.
Yeah. So I was going to wear these shorts, and I was like, nah, that's not Queen Sheba ass. Like, I'm always known for my skirt.
This is Queen Sheba.
Yeah, so I was
for
like,
sure.
let me get my skirt together. But I feel like it's important to be comfortable, but be your biggest and brightest self. And
Yeah.
and again, I think as an artist, whatever artist you are, you should look at all art to gain inspiration from. And what's his damn name? Who is Simon? Who's always talking shit.
Yeah.
So he was like, I remember him introducing the X Factor before it came out, and he was doing a call to action telling people to apply for the X Factor. And I remember him looking in the camera and saying, when you apply, if you think you've gone too big, go bigger. And I was like,
ooh,
okay,
I like
Simon.
that.
okay. Yeah.
Next time I go shoe shopping, I'm gonna be
Go
like,
bigger.
bigger.
Go bigger. Go more glam, more bigger, more you, more everything.
I
and
love it.
yeah.
Oh, look at these gems from Queen Sheba. I love it. Do you have a poem for us today?
Oh, yes, girl.
It's been
yes.
so long. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back with a performance from Queen Sheba. Stay tuned, guys.
Love is a battlefield, a war zone. Love is a grenade, a time bomb, an Al-Qaeda liquor store, an Iraqi soldier, 14 years old and strapped. This is the domino effect with one guarantee. We all fall down, but get up with desert egos, Velcro to our wrists, fingers super glued to the trigger with a quarter and a prayer. Love is 70-30, not 50-50, and definitely not 50. While you waited for the hook, it was 4 bars ago. I only said it once so you don't get reeled in. My philosophy is your head is rocking because your neck nose is fat. Yeah, period. Watch for it. Try not to miss it. Here it comes again. They call it a hook because their next line is a sinker, a weight to keep them underestimated, under distress. They think your head is bobbing, but you're trying to catch your breath, trying to gasp for help. Here's another fiasco. I found a condom under a merry-go-round on a playground and asked God, what are we coming to? Of course he'd end up in prison. He's been counting hooks and bars since he was 11. Mama couldn't afford the tuition without the scholarship, didn't believe in him enough to push for academics. All creative children end up on Prozac. What she didn't know is intelligence is genetic. On her first prenatal visit, her ultrasound revealed profound qualities and leadership abilities. Now they're seeping poison in her embryonic fluid, calling it prenatal care. But what they're preventing here is a chance for our race to finally end up there. Love is war and cardiac arrest. Where's my smoke signal, motherfucker? Where is my flare? Watch how she sway. I'm it, but you can't buy this on eBay. I got swagger like Katrina meets Titanic like. You can keep commercial. I'm for the people. Okay, you got a couple of seasons. I'm for the sequel. Already been in the source. This is the new game. Already been spoken word. So what you saying? I've been divorced twice, so you can call me off the chain. You don't catch me doing back bands for black sands, but I will take the backlash for all black women. You can finally catch the hook when you stop listening. Wait for the beat to change to tell you when you can chime in. It'll sink in like your patch for nicotine. The distinct difference is this test, they might want to end up positive. Yo, they mad at my stilettos. I tell them you can still be fly off the sale rack at the Gap, but your shoes are a reflection of you. They should match your attitude. Shit, I'm as mean as my shoe game. They gotta check their 401ks before fucking with me. Ladies, if you ain't pumped about your pumps with shit, I don't know what to tell you. They mad when I pull up to the poetry spot in the 6 drop. Mr. Backpack and African Beads tries to challenge me, says we're supposed to be struggling. I tell him I am. I'm listening to you. I rock like 2 teenagers in heat, foggy mirrors, and a backseat of mom's stolen SUV, parked in the park after dark. Don't talk to me about jet setting. Talk to me when you've been first class on the Silver Bullet from Switzerland to Cannes, from the UK to Milan, on a train with its back bends around the mountains bending. You think you've seen it until you look out the window and you're 2 inches from the scenic. Your head is always in the clouds, so you miss the ocean spray in the morning, the sunsets in London. See, that was a trick. You're still not paying attention. There aren't any sunsets in London. The mountains in Scotland, the hills in Frome. Brothers, talk to me when you can pay my student loans with 1 check stub. And I don't mean then you can talk to me. I mean then you can talk to me. Howl at me when your passport stamps match mine. Until then, you're just another international local, not even listening, just waiting for the punchline. But yo, hip-hop, I got your CDs. I left them at home. I spot you 10 bars, yo. You couldn't take my throne. And yo, if that's all y'all got for battle rhymes, I'll let you keep my CDs so you can study for next time. Boom.
From the brand that redefines the chivalrous style of today's gents comes their exclusive Key to the City collection. I'm super hyped about this collection because no matter where we go with the JRose Experience, no matter what city we're in, I'm gonna be able to rep for New York and people gonna know where I'm from. Hit up Gent and Scholar to rep for your city, including keys to Atlanta, Chicago, DC, Houston, Los Angeles, Miami, New Orleans, Philly, St. Louis, and of course, New York. So head over to gentandscholarcode.com and use the discount code JRose10 for 10% off your purchase of $50 or more. Keep growing. Welcome back to the JRose Experience. I'm your host, JRose, and I'm here with my 2 guests today, Sheba and Milk, and we are going to dig into 2 things that I love very much: poetry and hip-hop, and their relationship. How are they different? How are they the same? So let's hear it. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Poetry or hip hop?
I will always say that poetry is the mother to hip hop. My partner and I run a production called Poetry vs. Hip Hop.
Yes.
And we travel all over the country. We were invited to Jamaica and South Africa this year, but because of COVID-19, both of those trips are canceled, unfortunately. And always safety first. So we think that we're going to do the South Africa one virtually and then just reschedule the Jamaica one. But poetry, I think, is the mother of hip hop.
Yeah.
I agree.
When you do the poetry versus hip hop, though, like who wins?
Oh, poetry wins 9 out of 10 times because the hip hop artists just aren't vulnerable enough. They just, I don't know. And if they were convicted in their bullshit, it'd be different. But because I think sometimes they even question their own shit talking, it shows on their face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they really lived the bullshit, then maybe it, sometimes it comes across as a convincing story, but typically the more vulnerable wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some hip hop artists have won their rounds, and sometimes a couple of cities have won overall, but it's because the hip hop artists decide to tell stories instead of just ranting about shit they don't have.
Yeah. Yeah. You spit too, right? You drop bars and you do a little.
What, rap?
Yeah, you rap.
No.
No?
Strictly poetry.
Really?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, strictly poetry.
That's still rap though.
I mean, I just feel like she says, I'd rather be with this side than that side.
Yeah.
But I know this side is the real shit. I feel like rappers copy off of us. I feel like
Oh,
rappers steal our
definitely.
bars and stuff like that, and put it in these songs.
Have you ever had your bar stolen?
No, I've had concepts stolen before. That's why I keep my mouth closed. But the thing is, it's like even if somebody steal your concept, they can't do it like you because once God give you something, it's yours. They can't pull it off like you. So I've had people steal concepts, but I never heard nobody steal a bar.
But then there's also nothing's new under the sun. So if 15 women write a period poem, like you said, they're all going to be different.
Your period, that's the one you did at the New Eurekan 6 years ago, and that shit blew my mind. I was like, she got me looking at my period like a whole different way. No, I like that you mentioned that. Which is like, well, obviously poetry is like your first love, but
no, hip hop was my
hip hop was your first love. Is that what inspired you to do poetry?
Yeah, like I said, when I first came out, I didn't know this world. Only thing I knew Big L, Big Pun, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, 8-Ball, MJG, stuff like I love hip hop.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, but I didn't know about all the people that's down here. I know about the Last Poets, and I know about Gil Scott Heron. But once you into this world, you realize it's a lot of people here. That's a lot of people here. And then when you go out of town, this is the thing that I realized. When I go out of town and do shows, I realize this is a special place. Because when you go to other places, I'm not saying everywhere because I haven't been everywhere, but I realize it's a lot of monsters down here.
When you start,
yes. And when you go to other places, you see they line up and you see they feature, most of the time, the people when I open mic better than the people who doing features in other places.
Yeah, I've definitely
I'm not saying
seen
everywhere, but you just realize here's a special place. It's a gumbo of talent down here, a lot. So even when you say people were saying my name, like one person saying your name down here is special because you could be insignificant down here. It's too many. It's a lot.
There's a lot of poets.
It's a lot.
I think we have more spoken word artists than any other city in the world.
Yeah.
That live here now. And I mean, some people are transplants. I'm a transplant, technically.
Yeah, where were you originally from? I'm
originally from Detroit, but then I moved here from Norfolk, Virginia. So I lived in Norfolk for 12 years where I went to undergrad. And then I moved here in 2005, August of 2005.
What was like the poetry and hip hop scene? Like, what's the difference between what you've seen outside of New York? Because you're from Baltimore.
That's right.
Right? So, like, what's it like, the poetry and hip hop scene out there versus what you see out here in, like, ATL?
Oh, Baltimore is where I did Gallery 409 and Charles Street. And, I met, what's the name of that band that's from Baltimore? What's their name? They're super famous. Why am I forgetting their name? Anyway.
Don't put me on the spot.
He's like, I don't know.
I know who they are.
He's like, I'm trying to read your mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you?
For us, a poetry scene, like I said, like I was writing at the time back home, but I I wasn't sharing it. I didn't know this was like this.
Yeah.
I would just write, put in a book, and then one day somebody was like, I shared it with somebody, was like, what you doing? And I'm like, nothing. And when I moved here, that's when I started going to the shows here, and I realized this is different than what you think it is.
Yeah.
So even like a lot of times I feel like they try to manipulate people to not go into poetry, because it's no way you can come see poetry and say you don't like it. It's impossible to see a dope show with V-Rod, Sincere, you might see Queen Sheba, you might see fucking Ed Mabry, you might see Georgia Me, you might see Miss Carter. It's no way you can see this range of just different people and say, I don't like poetry. It's
or
impossible
that they
here.
couldn't connect. There's enough poets here where people can resonate with someone. I might not be everybody's cup of tea. He might not be everybody's cup of tea, but somebody's gonna resonate with somebody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I have to admit, like when I was booking guests for the show down here, it was a lot easier than I expected it to be. Because there was so many people to contact.
Yeah.
I reached out to over 30 people, and I was able to lock in like.
You know
enough of you
what?
guys.
What I thought was awesome was when you put the call out on Instagram or Facebook.
I think it was Facebook.
Facebook, and people tagged me, and I hit you like just blindly, and I was like, "Oh, we already have this.
Yeah, I'm like,
We
you already
have
booked,
this
girl.
booked already. This is already like a
Yes.
thing because I was supposed to come to New York.
Yes,
before
yes.
COVID. Yeah.
Oh man, things. You see how like it's so funny when you try to plan something and it doesn't always play out the way you want it to play out. But I'm glad that I was able to at least come down here to an interview. But I think ATL definitely has a lot of poetry and even hip hop artists too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rappers out here.
Well, because the South is king right now. You know, New York is not king anymore for hip hop artists. So. Yeah,
Y'all
sorry,
gotta step it
guys.
up, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Oh no, we still got Jay
Ah,
up there.
listen.
Jay-Z up there still.
Where? Where's Jay? Jay is in Texas.
He
and
dropped that
Atlanta
444.
Well, Jay-Z, first of all,
I'm just
no.
playing.
Where's Meek Mill's from? He's from Philly.
Yeah, he's from Philly. He's from
Yeah,
Philly.
we got some people.
I mean,
Nicki
we
Minaj
got-
from Jersey.
We got
I'm
some
from
good
New York.
underground hip
Okay,
hop
y'all got
artists.
two
though.
whole people.
I'm not from New York.
Yeah.
We have some really good but I mean, because I'm in the scene and I'm
Yeah.
doing the events, I'm in the open mic scene, like I get to see a lot of like undiscovered talent in
Yes.
New York. So
Yeah.
New York has a lot of like really dope lyricists and poets too.
Yeah.
But I think that New York and ATL probably for me are like the top, top notch when it comes to just talent alone. Like you could be a poet, you could be a spoken word artist, but like, are you nice?
Yeah.
You know.
I think where you from, you got Royce. Royce, nice. Royce the 5'9".
Oh, yeah. I was like,
He
where's
nice.
Sue? Yeah.
She's
He
like, wait,
nice.
who, that guy?
And this guy named, I think his name is Izell. He nice. Both of them from Detroit. They nice.
Yeah.
What rapper is more a poet than a rapper?
I would say Jay Electronica. If you listen to that Jay Electronica
Oh.
Jay-Z album, I would say that him, from my thought process. If you listen to that album, not Jay-Z bars, but Jay Electronica is more poetry than any album I heard. It's hip hop. So it'll be hip hop.
I don't know if he's more a poet, but I like that Kendrick Lamar dabbles in it. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's more a poet than a hip hop artist. And then he's from Compton, right?
Yeah,
he's from LA. So I mean, he has that real life,
the real experience
with him that he's telling the story. And I'm sure he's gone to poetry events.
Yeah.
Like there's no fucking way that he hasn't been to the Poetry Lounge out there, or the Fly Poet, or whatever else is popping, New Moon out there, So yeah, I love Kendrick Lamar. I wanted to be his girlfriend for a long time, but he's been with his woman for years. So
there goes that train.
There goes that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think I would change my answer to Wale.
Wale? Oh, he's changing
He always
his
trying.
answer?
He always.
Wale.
He complain a lot, don't he?
Yes!
I don't like that shit. Yo, just work, bro. Just work. Just work, bro.
He is ungrateful than a motherfucker.
Just work.
Oh my God, he fucking complains.
I know.
So
That's why I want to say it, because he does.
I was going through the whole, should I say this? Fuck that shit. He's complained so much over the last decade. I just am like, fuck you. I don't even want to listen to you or read your tweets anymore because I'm like, you're ungrateful as shit. If you don't fucking want to do it, Wale, pass it on to the next motherfucker.
And then the other thing he complained about, like, he complained like, he complained like this. He was like, if somebody in a position that he want, he'd be like, yeah, y'all like J. Cole and da da da. Like, yo.
Oh, J. Cole's another.
Yeah, I think he's like a poet. Yeah,
rapper.
There's even like
his voice has changed. Am I tripping? Or did J. Cole's voice get deeper and raspier over the?
Maybe he's drinking a lot.
Maybe smoking or something. I kind of like the deeper raspier.
I do like it.
Of course,
too.
I love his hair. Like I'm on the way, Jay. Come on, Bo.
Yeah. I think Juice WRLD, he passed away, but I felt like his music was super poetic.
Yeah.
But let's play a game, okay?
Okay.
Because it's time for Off the Top, and it's our random game segment where we pick a game and we play. We could either end up creating something or we could just be playing a game. Y'all ready for that?
Ready.
All right, bet. Oh, wait. All right, Milk. Will you do the honors, sir?
I think I'm gonna go with this.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how appropriate!
Hip hop, guess who?
Hip hop, guess who? I love this
shit.
game. Okay, we'll be right back with our hip hop encyclopedia so we can play hip hop, guess who?
From the artist that brought you the debut solo album Gemini comes a new EP. Jay Bada presents his sophomore solo project titled Indian Summer, The Prologue. Written and produced during one of the most unique and impactful years of our existence, 2020. Check out this EP full of good intentions, positive lyrics, and a unique flow. Listen from your favorite streaming platform today. For more music from Jay Bada, follow him on IG at JBadaMusic.
We're back, and we have the book, and we're ready to play.
It's a big ass book.
It is a big. It weighs more than a small child. I'm telling you right now. Yes.
Okay.
All right. We almost needed a second
Did you have
car.
to check that?
No, we drove, and we almost needed a trolley to like add it, attach it to the car to bring this.
All right, I'm ready. Is it a woman?
No.
Fuck. Is it non-binary? Are they non-binary?
No.
Are they from the West Coast?
No.
So a man is. Oh wait, are they from the South?
Yes.
Whoa, a man from the South. Wait, does our guess of who it is count as one of the 10 questions?
No.
Okay.
She's like real specific.
Is it Andre 3000?
Oh my god! What the fuck? I mean, kind of, yeah.
Kind of?
Okay.
Outcast! Woo, woo, woo! You know, I didn't say group, so yeah, it could have been more than.
I'm like,
I mean, who else from the South? You know?
How the fuck did she get that? That was funny.
I thought I was gonna suck at this. That was pretty good.
No, she was like, I'm gonna lose. I'm like,
There's
first
no
of all,
losing.
it's not a
It's
competition.
America. There's no losing. Everybody wins.
Yes.
Everybody gets
no
the medal.
competition. Ooh. All right.
All right, you gotta get this one, Milk.
Come on.
Okay.
You first. I didn't mean to touch you. Can I touch you? You know you gotta ask people these
I'm
days.
going to the Poetry Illuminati motherfucking HR for touching it. That's what I'm going to do.
He called
I
that
was wondering where that was
Illuminati.
going. I was like, the Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Of HR, like, yo, I felt molested on. It's on camera too.
Oh shit.
I'm just fucking with you, good.
Okay.
Come on. What you got?
I'm sorry. Outcast?
No.
I'm just playing. I wish you could see.
Is it a woman?
No.
Is it a group?
No.
Are they from the South?
No.
Are they from New York?
I think so.
Damn, you don't even.
Yes.
Okay, we would know them from New York.
Yeah.
And it's a group?
Oh, not from New York, but we know them through New York. Yeah, we know that person through New York.
So it's a him.
Him. Yeah, I fucked it up.
Tupac?
Yeah. No.
No, what the fuck?
He was from
He
New York
was born.
first.
He was born in New York.
No.
But he's known
Yeah,
by West
his
Yeah,
Coast.
but we would know him from New York.
I do. Because I know my history.
Okay.
I'm just fucking with you.
You're nasty touch me.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Okay, so it's a man.
It's a man.
not a group from New York. Well, we know that.
known, but yeah,
From
known
New York.
New York.
They weren't born in New York.
No,
Gotcha. So they're New York hip hop. That's where we know
Yes.
them from. Okay.
definitely.
Is it Biggie?
No.
Are they black?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, Milk. Ask
I'm
him.
thinking in my mind like, who is from New York?
Is it
That
Jay-Z?
No.
it can be Jay.
Well, he's from New
Think
York,
more
too.
old school.
Oh, okay.
Big Daddy Kane.
No.
Rock-
Are they from the 90s?
Coogee
Come on.
Rap.
You gotta narrow it down. Are
Oh,
they from
yeah.
the 90s?
Ask questions. No, a little earlier.
The 80s? Who the fuck knows them?
Something like that. Yeah, like late 80s, early 90s.
All right.
It's a guy.
Yes.
I'm gonna start name Coogee Rap, Slick Rick,
No.
Big Daddy Kane. Oh, I already say, see?
Hey, Slick Rick.
And he was born in
He like
London.
numbers right there.
Oh, and
A little
born
bit.
in London. Rick the Rula.
He was
Gotcha.
born in London,
but we
just
don't
so
know.
y'all know.
That was
Okay.
a good question.
All right.
That was good.
Cause I would have never thought.
Next one.
This better be a woman. We
Oh.
did two guys.
All right, yeah, you right.
Is it salt and pepper?
They are in this book, actually.
All right, find somebody else.
Let me find a lady. I found a lady, but she's not a rapper, so I didn't want to throw you off.
Oh, I saw her here. That was MC Light.
Stop looking.
MC Light has had the same hairstyle since '82. All love to MC Light though, okay?
Yes.
All love to DJ MC Light. I got to meet her once. She was great. I had her phone number for a while. We were cool, and then she changed her phone number. Not fucking tell me she changed her phone number.
She didn't. New phone, who this?
Right, exactly.
All right. Okay.
All right, so it's a woman.
Yes.
Is she black?
Yes.
Is she from New York North-ish?
I don't think so.
80s or 90s era.
Definitely 90s.
90s. Is there music from the South? Like, would we know the music from the South?
She was like everywhere.
Oh shit.
Queen Latifah.
No.
She's from Jersey, isn't she? Yeah.
Oh, she from the South?
I don't know where she's from.
The
She's
South.
from the South? Yeah, she's from the South.
Oh shit. Now I'm stuck.
Trina?
No.
Hey, that was good.
That was a good guess,
Yeah, that
though.
was a good guess. She ain't from the 90s or early 2000s.
You don't think
Yeah,
she's from
yeah.
the 90s?
She
Like,
was
98,
like,
Because Lil Kim,
she was
Lil Kim
killing
is
it.
like the 90s,
No, not Little Kim.
but she's from the North anyway.
Yes,
So we
yes.
said the South.
It's the South.
Black woman. Is it a group?
No.
Is it Kaya?
No.
Oh.
Hell no. Kaya wouldn't be in that fucking book.
I don't
Kaya
know.
would not make the black book.
I don't know. You know
She
that.
had one goddamn song.
This is true.
This is true.
But they give everybody props down in hip hop. It seems like.
She was like she put
Roxanne.
she put a lot of people on though.
She put a lot
She
of
put people on. Like she was one of those.
Only person I know put a lot of Queen Latifah. She put a lot of people.
Yeah, she definitely put a lot of people on.
Other than her, she does a lot. She does.
Queen Sheba.
No.
No. Not a
okay,
hip-hop
okay.
artist from
I
the
know.
90s.
Fuck with
She's
you.
also
born in
she
the
can
90s.
also sing, but she's
Lauren
more
Hill.
known.
Hill?
She's more known for rapping. No.
Yeah,
Damn.
she from the north too. She's
We gonna fail on this one, yo.
So from the South, a woman, black, put a lot of people on.
Yeah.
Can I phone a friend?
Can you?
Damn.
She was known for having some really dope music videos. Like that was like
Missy Elliott.
Yes.
Hey. That is the South. When I thought of South, though, I thought of below Virginia. So yeah, okay.
Yes.
So Virginia.
That would have never popped in my mind. Once you said
Yeah.
music video, I knew it was.
Oh, sorry.
What the hell you did?
Going to
Damn.
corporate HR.
Abuse. Abuse. I'm getting touched and beat up. Well, that was fun. I really like that. You guys are good too.
What's the name of this book?
It's called Hip Hop: A Culture Odyssey. It's actually I believe
Is
it's
it on
like
Amazon? No, I'm just kidding.
no, I bought it at like Macy's, and it's a Sean Puffy
Oh, okay.
Combs book. Yeah,
That's one of those coffee.
yes. I
Table,
bought 3
yeah.
of them. One is like sealed off, and the other one this was for the
Jesus.
coffee table, but we
Yeah.
used it, so we.
You know what'd be dope?
What?
A poetry version of that.
That would be fire.
Yeah, that would be
That'd
good.
be dope.
Yeah.
Tell Asia to make that shit.
That'd
I
be
got
dope.
one last question for you
Okay.
guys before we say goodbye. And I ask this to every guest on the show. I have this belief that creative people are like human mutants. We're like superheroes. we do things that other people cannot even fathom to do. So I want to know, what's your superpower?
Me?
Both of
Okay.
you.
I would say my superpower would be the ability to write from just like living certain things and also seeing people. I could see a person and just write their story, and I don't even know them, and it might not be their story, but that's the energy I get from it. So I would say my ability, my superpower is that, and also creating content. Like I have a lot of ideas that so point to the point where it's though I'm not even proud enough an idea yet, because I know it's nothing compared to what's in my head. So I would say that's my superpower: content, creating different types of content.
Love that.
Yeah.
What's yours?
I believe that my superpower is once I see a vision, going through it, going through it, that might not have been a Freudian slip, going through with it, and it bringing it to life. So once I see it, making it happen. So kind of like the power of now, the secret, like once manifestation, like once I see it, it's gonna happen, period.
Ooh, yes. Having that type of vision is a superpower.
And it bothers me, even if it's small. Like, small thing, my birthday is Tuesday. I was like, ooh, I should have a porch party. I should have just drinks, like just BYOB, have some lights on the porch and have people over. It will bother me if I don't do it. And that day, I will like want to stab myself in the throat.
Stop.
Like why didn't you do it? That's stupid. Why did you go against your first mind, what you wanted? Because you don't know what could have come of that and what that spiral is going to create.
Oh, I love it.
Even if it's peace and harmony. It doesn't have to be a materialistic thing that comes from that. It could be self-awareness. It could be anything. So,
that's a great superpower. And
so
you're a Leo too?
Come on, gang. Hello.
My birthday was on a few days ago.
Yay! Happy Leo season. We are the best.
Sorry.
Just realize Leos touch you.
We're super affectionate.
We're a little touchy.
When's your birthday?
Who, me? Sag.
Oh, you a Sag.
Sag, we get along with
you
Sag.
feisty, but you cool. We like you. We like you.
Straightforward.
All right, guys. This was fun. This was great. But I want you guys to tell the audience where they could find you.
You can find me at This Milk, all platforms. YouTube, Instagram, anything you want to look for me. This Milk. That's that Baltimore.
That's the Baltimore. YouTube. That's the Wire. Like, I don't like thinking of you is the Wire. I'm sorry.
It's funny you said the Wire. Like, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go get the first book, This Milk. If you want to really know what Baltimore is like, get my book, This Milk. It's the most uncomfortable book you ever read, and it was my life. And some of the people I grew up with, a lot of them are dead, a lot of them in jail. Read that book. And if you don't like it, money back. Just email me and say, yo, I don't like this book. And I got you.
What does milk mean?
Make your intelligence look cool.
Ooh, I like that.
Can I get some?
Hello. Now we got touch consent. Hello.
Hey, I'm trying to make sure I'm good.
That would make intelligence look cool.
I like that.
It. Yeah, very cool.
Where can our audience follow you?
All my social media as well is the Queen Sheba. Please put THE spelled correctly because I'm black. The Queen Sheba on YouTube, Instagram, anything that you can imagine. Facebook if you're over 40. And I don't have TikTok because I have Instagram stories, so I feel like it's the same thing. But I also have a book on Amazon called From Foster Care to Fame. So please buy that. It's short stories and long poems that I don't get to perform often on stage, such as the period poem, page 70.
Such a good poem.
And I'm coming out with a book called Clemency, Accepting the Apologies You Cannot Receive. So,
Ooh.
yes. Yeah.
I need that.
Yes. Learning to accept the apologies that you will never receive. That is what it is.
Yes, guys, make sure you follow these amazing people, these powerhouses. They're super creative. They're doing so much shit for the creative community. They're for the creative community. So sweet. Please follow them. They're really dope.
Oh, and I'm coming out with a rock album. I forgot.
A rock album?
Yeah, because I can't sing, so I said, fuck it, I'm going to do a rock album.
I'm just going to scream?
Yeah, I'm just going to scream and, like, use the, what is that thing called? The
auto-tune?
The auto-tunes, yeah. So, my rock album is called The Fuck It Pill, which I'm going to... It's called The Fuck It Pill. And for every rock song, there is going to be a hip-hop artist on there. And I have a song on there called Truth Hurts 2.0 that is LGBT inspired from Lizzo's Truth Hurts song.
Oh, I love it. See, they do it. So follow them, guys, please. Yes. And of course, follow us on the gram, JRose Experience. Tune into all our episodes on the Rose Garden events, Facebook and YouTube, because we on both of them. And I'm your host, of course, JRose. You can follow me at My Crumble Thoughts. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys.